Hey YouTube, welcome to my very first ever video blog. Know that I'm kind of jumping into this whole new YouTube thing kind of late, so I'm not really new, but new to me. This is actually very exciting and very nerve-wracking because I'm going to be trying something that's completely out of my wheelhouse with video blogging and editing and all that fun stuff. But thank you for clicking on the video, and let me tell you a little bit about what this channel is going to be about and what my goals are for this channel. So first of all, my name is Eric. Basically what's going on is I want to document my health, my weight loss journey. Kind of something to keep me accountable by having a goal of uploading a video per week on where I am going with my health, my weight, all of those good things. So a little bit of background of who I am, what's going on, why this is important to me. Um, Back in September of 2018, so little more than about 6 months ago, what's it, January? No. So a little more than 5 months ago, I was at my heaviest at 292 pounds. I'm 6 foot, 28 years old, so kind of obese. Um, and starting to have to starting to have some health issues because it's being pretty heavy. I was always kind of a bigger guy growing up. Even as a kid, in my teenage years, I was kind of heavy. Always a bigger kid. Um, I did play sports. I liked to run in the mornings, or just like running in general. Um, and I wrestled in high school, but I was still always big. I had fat. Um, I don't really know what my lowest body fat percentage ever was, but I was always considered a bigger guy. So happened is I got to college, and afterwards just kind of started ballooning up. I was 189 leaving college, or sorry, leaving high school into college. And then 10 years later, 100 pounds later, I was in my 290s. In September, I ended up moving from my home state of Florida to Texas for a job. And with it being a new beginning for me, I decided that I needed to be a new beginning for me completely, not just in my career, but in my life. So I started exercising, I started changing my diet, had a lot of help from family and friends in changing some bad habits that I had created. Um, I needed to get healthy. My triglycerides were through the roof. It was actually, um, but I'm embarrassed to say, it was unchartable. The doctors actually had to run it twice because the numbers were so high that they weren't registering. I had high blood pressure. Pretty sure I was pre-diabetic, but don't we never talked about it. It was just high triglycerides. That was the important thing. So went on a pretty strict diet of pretty much vegan. Um, I'm not going to get into the whole whether or not being vegan helps you be healthier versus paleo or whatever other diet there is out there. I just knew that I had to make a drastic change in how I was eating, in my eating habits, and that's what drove me to become vegan for a while. I'm still mostly vegan. Most of my meals these days are a lot of protein, a lot of plant-based proteins, um, and just vegetables, sweet potatoes, those kind of things. I still eat meat every now and then because I am a carnivore. I do like meat. It's gonna stay, but a lot less than what I used to. So with that change, I started working out twice a day. And by the time December rolled around, which was my goal, because my sister was getting married in December, last December, I wanted to look my best for her. For I wanted her to be proud. I wanted my family to be proud, but for me as well. So by the time from September to December, I ended up losing. I think my lowest was 256, so I lost about 25 pounds or more, which is great, which is an amazing feat in and of itself, and I'm super proud of myself for being able to do that. But um, I want to keep going. I want to continue. I want to reach further than what I was before. I was always the guy that start a diet, start working out, 2, 3 months later, just kind of gone, and just back to eating poorly or not exercising as much. So I figure with me talking to you guys each week, because the goal is to upload one video per week to start off with, that I can hold myself accountable. You guys can hold me accountable, and I can reach the goals I'm setting for myself. Now, what are those goals? So, for me, right now, weighing in at 260, uh, did gain a little weight back from Christmas break, but Christmas food is gonna happen. My goal is not so much weight loss, but to get down body fat percentage wise. Obviously, the two are kind of intertwined. You lose weight when you lose body fat, but I've never had abs. Uh, never had defined abs, I should say, because everybody obviously has abs. They're just covered under fat. But my goal overall is to have a six pack, but realistically, I want to get to about between 12 and 15% body fat. Currently, I am at, according to those handheld body fat percentage thingies, um, I am at 25% body fat. And obviously, I need to lose, what, 10, 10 points off of that to get to my goal. And obviously, a goal isn't just a goal without a date. My goal date is May 16th. And what's important about that date is that is when I'll be flying back to Florida for Megacon. Yes, you have clicked on a nerd channel. Geek, nerd, I forget which one's the difference, but I like anime, I like comic books, I like Marvel movies. Marvel's better than DC. But um, regardless, it was one of my goals, my kind of my stretch goals is that I want to get into more cosplay. Last year, I went to Megacon for the first time, actually my first ever convention, and fell in love with the freedom of being able to cosplay, to be able to dress up as your favorite character, to channel that character and pay homage to them. And something that I wanted to do. I obviously I'm a big fan of a lot of more famous cosplayers these days, like Jessica Neri. Um, of course, just off the top of my head, and how much fun and love they have for what they do. And I, unfortunately, had plans to go last year as Thor when I was still pretty big. I'm still like I was muscular, but I'm still fat. So fat, muscular, um, Thor's one of my idols. Absolutely, Chris Hemsworth has been a phenomenal Thor. Can't wait to see what comes from that. Um, but unfortunately, because I'm not talented artistically, um, I went through the route of purchasing my costume at the time. It ended up being shipped too late for Megacon, so I got to hang out with my friends, really good friends of mine. We all went together and still had an amazing time seeing a lot of different people having dressed up, having being in their costumes and being stopped every 5 minutes asking somebody for their picture or having somebody ask my friends for their pictures because they were able to go in costume. Um, about a month later, my costume finally came by. I'll put a picture up here of what it was. Um, and we went to what was called GAM in Jacksonville, Florida. And there I had kind of my first taste of what it was to be in cosplay. It was phenomenal to be in that culture, to be in that environment of having people that know who you are, who you're dressed up as, and wanting to stop you every few seconds. Hey, can I take a picture with you? Can I take your picture? Because I was doing that too. I was taking everybody's pictures because these were some phenomenal costumes. Um, but to be part of that really felt accepting. It was something that I want to continue. But I know I'm not artistically gifted. Um, Obviously, I could if I spent the hours it takes for a lot of our artists these days for them to develop their skills. I could as well. I just don't have the time, unfortunately, at this point. So no problem supporting the props makers, costume makers that are already uh, well established. Uh, the Thor's hammer that I used for my costume was actually made by a good friend of mine over at Authentic Props. Um, Shout out to them because it was such an amazing prop that I used. Um, but I'll be talking more about cosplay in future videos of what my goals are. But what I was saying is that my goals for cosplay is to not be the guy that is covered up in full armor like Master Chief or maybe Guts when he's in his full armor, but actually use my this is the scary part is use my physique for more cosplays. So I will have plans for doing things like Enzo Matrix from Reboot. I'll be talking more about that in future videos as well. Um, and talking about not talking about Reboot and Daredevil or um, just other cosplays that are more physique centered versus costume centered. Obviously, the costumes will be important, but nothing that I'm thinking of that will I'll be hiding underneath because I'm trying to break out, trying to be more comfortable with who I am. So my goals for this channel, like I said, is to upload a video once a week to kind of update you where I am with my weight, with my cosplay goals, my diet, just kind of giving you guys an update. And if you guys want to join me uh, on this journey and watch my progress, because I will be, like I said, updating you every week with my weight loss. Once a month, I'll probably be doing progress pictures just so you can see where I've come from to where I'm going. Um, how my costumes are coming along because there are some things that I will be making kind of more like purchasing as they come in. Other things I'll be ordering off my friends. Like I said, Enoc over at Authentic Props does an amazing job. Uh, Love how far he's come. Very proud of him and his company right now. Um, if you want to join me, be happy if you guys follow me, subscribe, leave a comment, like this video. It's the first video, so I do appreciate your guys' patience while I learn about editing, while I learn about talking. Um, so thank you. And hopefully this will be the first of many videos and the first of many um, new experiences. So thanks, YouTube.